Wow, Mavic 2 Pro just came out. Super cool new toy to just go buy immediately and spend all my money on and fly into a tree. To be honest though, it's a completely magnificent picture for any video focused drone pilot. Just a beautiful image out of this new camera. Definitely makes it a must have for photography, right? Is it though? No, probably not. Yikes, that's a bold statement that's going to give me a lot of problems in the comment section. So what is it that makes me say this? Okay, these higher end prosumer drones give you a few big advantages. There's a much larger sensor, that means it soaks in more light, it can see better in the dark. A full 1-inch sensor means there's a higher dynamic range. Normally, a higher dynamic range means more stuff is visible, so you can see the cloud fluffies and the tree shade at the same time. With a full 1-inch sensor, you get a better presence in the environment and the image comes out less compressed. It allows you to work with more data in the footage, and that lets you color grade and adjust it further later. Here we have footage from a Phantom 3 standard. You can see that the sky is really close to being a totally white sheet, which is like when you point your cell phone camera at something in the shade and the sky goes completely white. And if you compare it to the Mavic 2 Pro, it just captures everything so well, you can see different density and layers in clouds back there. You notice the difference in a side-by-side for video. I'm going to show you two photos now. One is from a 1-inch sensor, which is in the Mavic 2 Pro and the Phantom 4 Pro, the most expensive drones. The other is from these tiny little itty-bitty sensors in all the rest of DJI's drones. I'm guessing you can't tell which one is which really. Well, this one is the Mavic Pro, shot on a 1-second shutter, and this one is a Phantom 4 Pro, shot on a 1-second shutter. So why are the photos coming out almost identical, but the video is completely different? Well, all drones above a certain standard these days shoot photos in two formats, JPEG and RAW. With JPEGs, you're going to see a difference. It's a point and shoot type of solution and the camera matters. It's like a fast food solution to getting an image, crammed into a box, quick, easy, simple, and small. But when you're shooting and editing RAW photos, which is a much less condensed, constrained format, you already have so much color and light information in the image just waiting to be drawn out, you'll only notice the difference in extreme conditions. RAW photos in all of DJI drones are already giving you the ability to rescue shadows, highlights, and draw out tons of life in the photo right now. For video, which is really sensitive to the camera's ability and kind of has to stick to certain frame rates and shutter speeds, you're going to notice a difference. Most of the time, with 24 frames a second, you're trying to go for 1/50th shutter speed, and your camera isn't so flexible since the image is moving, and you have to take tons of fast photos. These cameras are competing to be the best at using these same conditions and setup, like Olympic gymnasts who are scored by form and technique. With photography, there are so many alternatives to get the shot. If it's too dark, just pull back the shutter a bit. The gimbals these days are so smooth you can shoot a photo at 2 full seconds after sunset like I did right here, and it will still come out sharp. And with a little bit of sharpening and clarity in the photo editing software we use, it's almost seamless anyway. Photography is like the 100-meter dash. It doesn't matter if you jump, skip, run backwards, crawl on the floor like The Exorcist, as long as you get to the finish line first. You can have a million different approaches to the same photo. You capture so much more data in one image, and you can recover it in the software way more than you can with video. So do you have crazy brights and deep shadows simultaneously, like shooting the shady side of a building during sunset? Just change one setting before the shot to shoot bracketed, and you have a much stronger range of brights, darks, and mids than you would have from any straight from the camera photo, no matter what it was being shot on. Here's a JPEG straight from the camera, and this is the exact same photo after bracketing, and that's the 3-photo setup I showed you in the course. The difference is seriously night and day. And as for megapixels, well, let's go back to the first photo for comparison. That's a 12 megapixel, tiny little 1/2.3-inch sensor in the Mavic Pro 1 versus the Phantom 4 Pro's 20 megapixel 1-inch sensor, and that's the same one that's in the Mavic 2 Pro. And again, they come out so similar. That's because, once again, they're both being shot in RAW and they are both exposed correctly on the scene. And this is using the same color profile and shutter setup that we did in the early chapters of the course. I did almost the same thing to both of these. It's just that RAW format and this photo software together are seriously so powerful. So my point with all this is don't feel like you need to rush out and get new toys every time it comes out, at least as far as photography is concerned. You already have tons and tons of power, literally with the Phantom 3 standard at like $400 used. If you have a Mavic 2 Pro or a Phantom 4 Pro, then congratulations. You can enjoy larger megapixels, less touch-ups, and smoother flying. I mean, I love my Mavic 2 Pro for video. It's the drone I dreamed of for years, actually. It flies as well as the Mavic with the Phantom 4 Pro's camera, an incredible dynamic range. It's like effortlessly beautiful video. This is seriously what I wanted for so long. But for photos, the workarounds I've already showed you in the course are actually better than the standard you get straight from these higher end cameras. A Phantom 3 standard with a little application knowledge and Lightroom will get you miles better results than a Mavic 2 Pro or Phantom 4 Pro shooting straight from the camera. There is no argument about that, guaranteed. So basically, it means everybody wins unless you're on a budget and you want your money back. This is Alex Harris from Drone Launch Academy, and well, that's it, I guess. Bye.